Hello.
Good morning, everyone. This is Judge Kassan. If I could have everyone just remain on mute for a few minutes. I am going to go over some preliminary instructions. I just want to say thank you for joining us this morning. This is the 10 a.m. docket for the City of Olmos Park on April 14, 2022. As I said, I will call the docket in a few minutes. So when I do that, if you could take yourselves off of mute and let me know that you're present, and I can take a note that you're here. Just a few preliminary instructions. If this is your initial appearance, which I believe it is for most of you, some of you are set for pretrial. And if that's the case, if it's a pretrial setting, you will be visiting with the prosecutor, Mr. Dixon, and you will be going into a breakout room with him. If that's the case, look for the pop-up to come up on your screen, click that, and you'll go into a breakout room with Mr. Dixon. If this is an initial appearance setting for you, that means this is your first time in court to see me. If that's the case, I will ask you how you plead on your case. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty, you're admitting guilt and you're asking the court to assess the punishment in the case. If you plead no contest, you are not admitting guilt. However, you're choosing not to challenge the charges and you just want to try to resolve the case today. That's a plea of no contest. If you want to contest the charges, you would enter a plea of not guilty. All right. As I mentioned, today is an initial appearance setting or a pretrial setting. It is not a trial docket, so we will not be conducting any trials today. If you plead not guilty, you will get a pretrial setting and then a trial setting. Okay. And first and foremost, you will have the opportunity today to visit with Mr. Dixon, the prosecutor, to go over any facts you think are in question. If you're able to resolve the case today, great. If not, we will schedule you for a subsequent pretrial hearing or setting to discuss any evidence that's at issue in the case, okay? You do have a constitutional right to a jury trial. So if you plead not guilty, you do have a right to a jury trial. That means the case would be heard and decided by 6 citizens of Olmos Park. You can choose to waive a jury trial and instead have a bench trial or a non-jury trial. That means the case would be heard by me or the other judge in Olmos Park, okay? And again, as a reminder, trials are not scheduled today. We will give you a later setting for that trial date. However, if you do want to try to resolve your cases or your case or cases today and you are here for a traffic violation, there are some options available to you. The first of which is the driving safety course. By state law, you have an opportunity once every 12 months to take the driving safety course. You must, however, have a valid Texas driver's license and insurance in your name. You must pay court fees, and then you will have 90 days to complete the course. You can take the course online or in person. Upon completion, you submit your certificate along with a copy of your driving record, and then we will close out the case, and it is not reported as a conviction on your driving record. If you are under the age of 25, you must take the driving safety course by state law. If you do not qualify for the driving safety course, you may be eligible for deferred disposition, sometimes informally called probation. That is an unsupervised probationary period anywhere from 1 day to 120 days. There is a special expense fee that must be paid. That fee will vary from case to case, depending on the charge against you. In addition to the special expense fee, you may be required to comply with some additional requirements during the term of the deferral. That may include community service hours, attending a course, maintaining insurance, obtaining a driver's license, etc. That again will vary depending on the charge against you. However, if you are successful in complying with the terms of the deferral, we will close out the case and it does not appear as a conviction on your driving record. Now, some of you may be here with multiple violations. If that's the case, I will set you to see the prosecutor in hopes of reaching a plea bargain with him. If you need an extension of time, a request for community service hours, maybe a payment plan, I'll talk to you individually about those options also here in a few minutes when I speak to you individually. Any questions specific to your case, I will be happy to try to answer those in a few minutes as we discuss your cases on a case-by-case basis, okay? I do want to thank you for your patience as we went through those preliminary instructions. Any questions, I'll be happy to discuss with you here again in a few minutes. I will ask you to take yourselves off of mute when I call your name to let me know that you're present, okay? First, I have Daniel Brown. Daniel Brown. Let's see, is it, Alejandro Cervantes Hernández. No. Germán Cervantes Padrón. Germán
Aquí
Cervantes
estoy,
Padrón.
Alejandro Cervantes.
Ok, muy bien, gracias.
Gracias, buenos días. Pues
Buenos días. Un momento, por favor, si puede poner el mudo otra vez.
sí, claro.
Gracias. Gerardo de la Rosa. Gerardo de la Rosa. James Joseph Fisher. James Joseph Fisher. Christopher Garcia. Christopher Garcia. Ángel González. Ángel González. Freddy González. Freddy González. Richard González Jr. Richard González Jr. Xochitl E. Hernández. Xochitl E. Hernández. Andrew Martinez.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Romulo Martinez. Romulo Martinez. Melissa McCarthy.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you. Reagan Murphy. I see you there, sir. Thank you.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you. Matthew Prieto.
Here, Judge. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Diego Alexis Ramirez. Diego Alexis Ramirez. Rebecca Renteria. Rebecca Renteria. Charles Rinchler.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here.
Good morning. Thank you. Stephanie Rios.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. I'm here.
Good morning. Thank you. And Michelle Rodriguez. I
Here.
see. Okay. Good morning. Thank you. All right. Very good. We have quite a few of you on the phone this morning on the computer. So we're going to try to go as quickly as we can, but efficiently as well. And I ask that you just please be patient as we work through the docket. First up, I have Germán Cervantes Padrón.
Alejandro Cervantes, aquí estoy.
Okay. ¿Cómo está?
Pues bien y triste porque me paró el policía ahí en
Okay.
Olmos Park, porque iba yo a pagar con ustedes mi última multa.
Okay.
Y solo le...
Un
sí,
momento.
solo-
Un
ok.
momento. ¿Tiene un tiquete por no tener licencia? ¿Eres culpable o no culpable?
Sí, culpable por no tener licencia.
Okay. Otro por no tener aseguranza.
Aseguranza sí tengo, nada más que pues tardaron mucho los de la aseguranza en procesar el pago.
Pero estaba válida el día que le dieron el tiquete.
Todavía no estaba, o sea, no estaba reactivada porque tardaron mucho en hacer el pago y hasta que no hacen el pago, pues ya se
Así que
libera.
¿eres culpable o no culpable?
Sí,
Ok. Y luego por usar el celular. ¿Culpable o no culpable?
pues solo le piqué refresh para ir a pagar con ustedes.
Ok. Así que ¿culpable o no culpable?
Pues culpable.
Ok. ¿Y por qué no tiene licencia?
Porque todavía no arreglo todavía los documentos, pues.
Ok. ¿Qué quería hacer con estos 3 tiquetes?
Pues híjole, pues a pagarlos, claro, pero
Ok.
pues, a ver si me puede ayudar a...
La aseguranza ya la tiene, ¿verdad?
Sí, claro, sí.
¿Está válida?
Sí, claro. Está
Ok.
válido.
La va a tener que mantener por 6 meses y después
Sí,
de los
claro.
6 meses tiene que entregar prueba. Ok.
Claro. Sí, con gusto, claro que sí.
Bueno, es 335 de multa, pero
Ajá.
tiene que mantener la aseguranza. ¿Puede
Ok.
ser un pago inicial de 40 para empezar?
Ah, perfecto. Claro que sí, con todo gusto, pues. Muchísimas gracias.
Ok, luego tienes los otros dos. El del no licencia va a ser 184.
Ok.
¿Y cuándo puede pagar esa multa? ¿Necesita
Híjole,
un plan de pago también?
sí, por favor, pues porque
Ok. Y
por
luego el
favor.
otro de no por el celular va a ser a 230. Y también que no le den un ticket durante los 90 días.
Ok, sí, claro que sí.
Ok. Y le vamos a dar plan de pago también. Ok.
Perfecto, claro que sí.
Y luego hacer 40, 40 y 50. Hacer 130. ¿Lo puede pagar en 30 días para empezar?
Sí, sí, claro, en 30 días sí.
¿Tiene ¿tiene correo electrónico?
Sí,
Ok, ya mandó esa dirección ahí a la corte. Myra, do we
sí,
have his contact information?
yo creo que sí la tienen, pues, de la multa anterior que
Okay.
pagué.
Valerie, do we have that?
We're checking.
Okay. If not, we can mail it to him, right?
Yeah, we can mail it.
No ha cambiado su dirección, ¿verdad, señor
No,
Cervantes?
no, todo está igual, pues.
Okay.
No, we don't have it.
Okay. ¿Va a hablar alguien con usted para tomar la dirección, okay?
Claro que sí.
Okay, espera un momento, okay?
Sí, gracias.
Okay. Myra, could you talk to him in a breakout room to get his updated contact information? Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, next up I have Andrew Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Martinez, how are you today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing well too. Let's see here. You have display expired registration or license plate. How do you plead on that case?
I guess no contest?
Okay, did you happen to get it taken care of?
Yes, ma'am. I got it taken care of, I mean, a day or two after that.
Okay, and do you have a receipt for that? The receipt from the
Not
tax.
on me, but my sticker has been changed.
Okay, but do you have the receipt that came with the sticker that shows that you paid?
Yes, ma'am.
everything? You have that? Could you email that to the court?
Sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'd have to double check in my truck, but is that the piece of paper that comes with the actual sticker?
Yes, it's a receipt from the tax assessor's office that details, your name, the car, the VIN number, and
Yes,
The
ma'am. I believe I do have that.
payment.
Mhm.
okay. If you could email that to the court, and if it's verified, it's a $20 compliance dismissal fee. Okay.
So when I was received the ticket, the police lady, she told me that I can pay that $20 at the tax place. And I did pay that at the tax place. Would that all be in the receipt?
Okay. At the tax office, it's usually a $10 penalty. And then at
Mhm.
the court, it's a $20 separate fee as a compliance,
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you could email that to the court, we can verify that, and then it'll just be a $20 fee. Okay.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. So
No
why don't
problem.
you try to take care of that? If you can locate that today and email that to the court. Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. And if there's a problem, contact the court and we'll set you for another hearing. Okay.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. But if you could go look for that receipt, submit a copy online by email. That way we can verify that. That way
Yes,
we
Your Honor.
will respond to that email letting you know how to make that payment. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You're free to go.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Melissa McCarthy.
Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let's see here. You have 2 violations. You have one for speeding, 41 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. How do you plead?
I think I plead not guilty. That's what the receptionist told me to do because I don't have because of the other charges for not having a Texas driver's license. So
Okay.
I needed to
How do you
get
plead?
that taken care of.
Okay.
I also plead not guilty or I guess no contest.
Okay. I'm going to have you visit with the prosecutor about both those charges. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So hang on a few minutes. You'll get a pop-up on your screen there, and then you'll visit with him separately in a breakout room.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Reagan Murphy.
Hi, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You have a charge for display expired registration or license plate. How do you plead?
I was going to plead not guilty because there were some discrepancies on the direction of travel and where I was pulled over. But I was under the impression from talking with the officer that there wouldn't be, or that this would go on my driving record. But I think she may have been saying that it just wouldn't, the fine couldn't be cleared. So I was wondering if I could clarify that with you. Is there a way to do deferred, or is there, because I would rather just take care of it. Like it was definitely expired.
Okay.
I've already taken care of it, but I
You
didn't.
have- Did you get it taken care of and you have a receipt that you submitted? Is that the case?
Yeah, I already gave it to the court. I took the, I
Okay,
already,
let me see if we have that. So you want to change your plea. You don't want to plead not guilty. You want to change that?
I want to change that, provided if there's some way for me to, whether I don't know if I can take a driving class or something. I didn't want to.
For it to appear on your record, right? Well, you
Right.
probably qualify for the compliance dismissal. Let me see if I can locate the receipt, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's see. All right, I see it here. All right, you paid the late fee, you qualify for the compliance, so it's a $20 dismissal fee, Mr. Murphy.
Okay,
And that does not appear as a conviction, it's just a compliance dismissal, so it's just closed out and it's not reported to DPS as a conviction.
okay,
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 so
perfect.
it's simply a compliance dismissal and a $20 fee that must be paid to the court.
okay. So just run by the court and pay the $20.
That's it, that
Okay.
closes it out.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that today.
All right, very good.
All right, thank you very much.
Feel free to go. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, Matthew Prieto.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You're not driving, right?
No, ma'am. I just took a break outside of work.
All right, very good. All right, so you have two charges here, one for display expired registration or license plate. How do you plead?
I'll plead no contest on that, and I have updated it, and I have the receipt.
Okay, have you submitted a copy of that already or not yet?
I have not. I can email that right after we're
All
done
right,
here.
very good. If that checks out, it is a $20 compliance fee, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, very good. You're welcome. And then you have another charge for possession of drug paraphernalia. How do you plead on that one?
No contest.
All right, how did you want to take care of that?
I would like to see if there's any way I could do possibly a probation or see how we could get it dismissed. I have a daughter, so I'd hate for that to go on my record
Okay, if you're
Hurt my
looking,
or patient.
okay, if you're looking for a straight out dismissal, that is something that is handled by the prosecutor because he's the one that brings the charges for the state, okay?
Okay.
So if you'd like to talk to him about a dismissal, that would be a separate conversation you would have with him.
Okay.
However, if you want to just talk about a deferral, we can discuss that, you and I.
Sure. What are the options on the deferral?
On the deferral, sure, it would be $301, okay? 6 months deferral, so during that 6 months, no similar violations. You also have to take a 4-hour drug awareness course. And upon completion of the course, submit your certificate to the court. And assuming no additional violations and your fine is paid off, it is closed out.
Okay. And on the, I'm sorry. Okay, we can do that. Is there a payment plan I can set up for the 300?
Sure, it is a $40 initial payment, and then we'll give you a payment plan for the 6-month period.
That's perfect, Judge. Let's do that.
All right, very good. All right, and can you make the $40 payment by next Friday, the 22nd?
I can drop by today.
Okay. All right, $40 initial payment, 4-hour course. You can take that online, okay? You just have to submit that certificate of completion, okay?
Sure. And where can I get the course information?
They're gonna give you some information when you make that initial payment, okay?
Perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, and
Thank
when
you,
you
Judge.
stop by, you're very welcome. And when you stop by, make sure you bring a copy of that receipt unless you email it, the registration, okay?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're looking at a total of $60 to start you off, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, any questions, sir?
No, ma'am. Have a good rest of your week.
All right, you do the same. Thanks again.
Your Honor,
Yes,
I'm sorry to bother you. I didn't hear my name called, but I got the email for today's meeting.
We're getting his information, Judge.
all right, Mr. Safsada, if you could give us a few minutes, we're trying to
Okay.
look at that, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Dixon?
Judge, on McCarthy, I have an agreement. She's under 25. She's got an appointment to get her Texas driver's license like tomorrow or something. So I was going to reset her 90 days, but in the interim, she's going to, as soon as she's eligible, I'm going to let her do defensive driving for the speeding and then dismiss the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ms. McCarthy, when is your appointment with DPS?
It's tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Okay. All right. So as soon as you're able to get that driver's license, if you could stop by the court to take care of that defensive driving course, okay?
Yes, thank you.
And Judge, just for the record, if she does that, then I'll also dismiss that other case.
The second violation on the failure to obtain Texas driver's license.
Yes,
Okay.
Judge.
Ms. McCarthy, any questions about that?
No, I don't have any.
All right, very good. We'll go ahead and approve that, and good luck with the DPS office tomorrow.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
You're free to go. Thank you. Okay, next up, Charles Rentschler.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How's your morning going?
Going well, thank you. Busy, but going well. Okay, so you have a charge here for Rand stop sign. How do you plead?
I'd like to change my plea to no contest, but with a bit of an explanation. I was picking up my kids from school and was driving this course the way I have, 1,000 times, and was pulled over. But I was given a ticket with some errors on it, including, my direction of turn. I wasn't turning. I was continuing west from that intersection. And anyway, I thought it was sort of a harsh thing not to have at least been given a warning, considering my clean track record from a driving and every other perspective. So that's the reason why I wanted to just push back a little bit on this, just to see if I could find some leniency here with you in the court.
Sure, I appreciate the explanation. You're not pleading not guilty. However, would you like to visit with the prosecutor about any of those facts? Or
well, if that's what it, I guess can I maybe say that I wanted to conditionally say that I was not guilty, and maybe instead no contest. Just this is my first time in court, and I have no idea sort of how to approach this. But
all right, well,
I didn't
why
know
don't
where
we
that left
start?
me.
Absolutely. Why don't we start with the prosecutor? Okay.
Okay,
And
great.
we'll go that route and see how he wants to
Great.
proceed. And then
Great.
if we can't get it resolved today, then you and I will have a discussion after that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. You're very welcome. You're going to speak with Mr. Dixon in a breakout room. So look up for that pop-up.
Got it. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sorry to interrupt, Judge. Can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
This is Matthew Prieto. Okay, I had dropped by Olmos Park, and I dropped off a money order for $281. Is
That
that
was for the drug paraphernalia charge?
I'm actually unsure which one it was for, if it was for the registration or if it was for
So
drug.
that's the fine for the paraphernalia charge.
Okay.
All right. Unless
Yes.
there's unless there's another charge
We're
pending.
gonna check.
Let's make sure there's not another case that was a payment for. Okay, Mr. Prieto?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
When you were issued these 2 tickets, were you issued anything else?
No, just just this, and then I knew I had to make a payment for the drug paraphernalia, and then for my registration. So
Okay.
I went to pay it, and then that's when they set me up with the court
Okay.
data. to help
But
me
no
out.
other, you weren't making payments any other way on
No,
any other tickets?
no,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, they're double
We-
checking.
We do have his money order here, Judge. It's for 281.
Okay, so Mr. Prieto, do you want to apply that towards the balance that you owe?
Yes, that'd be great.
All right, so let's just do that. And
Okay.
then you still
And I'll-
have another $40 that's still pending, okay?
Sure. Yes, ma'am. I can still drop by and make that.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate
all right, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Stephanie Rios.
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm good, thank you.
Good, let's see, you have no driver's license charge. How do you plead?
I was gonna say no contest.
Okay, and I have a note here that you had an appointment, right?
Yes, I had an appointment to go take my test, but I wasn't aware that I had to do that, the impact course. Because I'm over the age of 25 and I've never had my license. So when
Okay.
I showed up to do my stuff, they told me that I needed to take that online class, and they had changed the rules about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
But I wasn't aware of that. So I wanted
Okay.
to see if you could just give me more time to try to get my license and study the new handbook and stuff.
Okay, so you still have to take that course and then go back. Do you have another appointment scheduled already?
It is being recorded.
Do you have another appointment with DPS? Ms. Rios, did I lose you? Ms. Rios? I can barely hear you. What's going on? I know you submitted some payments to us, but what is the status of your appointment with DPS?
Made it my payment already, so
Mhm.
I'm losing signal.
It's okay.
Sorry, my phone was breaking up. Oh,
When
I
do you-
said I had already submitted my money order, so I said I didn't know what my options were.
Okay. All right. When is your appointment with DPS?
I haven't made one yet.
Okay. You need to make one because it's taking a long time to get in to see them, okay? But you also need to take the course that they asked you to complete, okay? All right, we're gonna process you for the deferral. We're gonna use the money order the check that you already submitted, okay? I'm gonna place you on a deferral for the next 90 days. You have the 90 days. to
Yeah, I
get-
know the appointments are like a month, Judge. I don't have any reception.
You have 90 days to get the driver's
I'm
license.
sorry,
okay?
Judge. Okay, I'm sorry. You said you give me 90 days to do my test?
No, I'll give you 90 days to submit the driver's license.
Oh, to submit the driver's license. Okay, I'm
Right.
sorry. You're frozen on my side.
Okay, you're frozen on my side, so.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you have to take the impact course, get an appointment
Okay.
with DPS, and get a copy of your driver's license submitted to the court, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you have 90 days to do that, okay? Your 90 days starts today.
Okay, and then once I do that, you'll go ahead and keep the money order, or what happens with that? I just pay my fine?
We're gonna process that payment, but if you're successful in getting the driver's license, it's not a conviction on your record, okay?
Okay, that sounds perfect.
All right, very good. Any questions?
No, I think I'm okay. You can email me the information in case I missed anything with the bad reception.
As long as we have your email address. Do we have your email address?
Yes, one of the ladies from the Olmos had emailed me with my Zoom meeting information and
Very
stuff.
good. All right, then we will send you that information by email as well.
Okay, thank you. Have a good Easter. I appreciate it.
You do the same. Take care now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mr. Dixon?
Judge, on Mr. Rentschler, I have a plea agreement.
Okay.
It's a no contest plea, 30 days deferred disposition, a fine of $169 due by Friday, April 22nd.
All right, Mr. Rensler.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are you in agreement with the plea offer from the prosecutor?
Seems fair to me.
All right, very good. We're gonna go ahead and approve that, and payment will be
Thank
due
you.
by next Friday.
Happy Easter.
Same to you. Take care now. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Were we able to find Mr. Salcedo's paperwork? Not yet. All right, Michelle Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez, you have quite a few tickets here. You have a first one here for speeding, 40 and a 30. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Say again?
Not guilty, sorry.
Not guilty. All right, you have another one for no driver's license. How do you plead?
Not guilty. I did go ahead and take care of that. So I do have my driver's license and I did take the 6-hour course with the defensive driving and the Texas impact.
Okay, and then you have another charge for reckless driving. How do you plead on that one?
Not guilty.
Okay. All right. So what do you want, a trial by judge or a trial by jury?
I don't really know how that works exactly. So do you mind like explaining as
Sure.
far as the
So you've pled not guilty, which means you want to contest the charges. You do have a constitutional right to a jury trial, which means the case would be heard and decided by 6 citizens of Olmos Park. So we would have a trial setting at a later date and time. You would come into court along with the prosecutor, Mr. Dixon. You would select 6 jurors from a panel of jurors that we're going to call in. They would sit and hear the case, the evidence in the case, and any testimony, and then decide guilty or not guilty. Okay. Unless you want to waive the jury trial and instead just have a trial by judge, which means it would be heard by me or the other judge in Olmos Park.
I would rather it be heard by you.
Okay.
Only a little more comfortable.
All right, so a trial by judge.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Would you like the opportunity to visit with the prosecutor this morning at all?
If that's okay to see, that way I don't have this on my record. Only
right.
because as well, there was some misinformation with the officer whenever I got the ticket.
All right, I'm
And
gonna stop you there, and you can explain all that to the prosecutor and then he can decide whether he can move forward today or if he wants to get some additional information. Okay.
okay, thank you.
All right, so just look for the pop-up to come up on your screen there. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, let me see here.
Yeah.
Myra or Valerie, any update?
I emailed you the information
Paperwork?
from Mr. Salceda.
Okay, let's see here.
Mhm.
All right, sir, you have Mr. Salceda, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you have a charge here for, well, let's see, these are warrant status. This is operate unregistered motor vehicle charge from earlier, well, let's see, from 2018. Myra, is there a plea on these already or no?
No, ma'am, no plea.
No plea. Okay, Mr. Salceda. So operate unregistered motor vehicle charge from May 10th of 2018. How do you plead?
I guess no contest with the, given a chance to explain.
Sure. In just a minute. Let's move on to the second charge. Failure to maintain financial responsibility or insurance, also from the same date, May 10th, 2018.
Not guilty.
Okay. Not guilty on that one. Okay. Did
Judge,
you?
we didn't get to visit, me and Michelle.
Okay.
Sorry, interrupt.
Let's see if we can send you to a breakout room. Hold on. Okay, I think it's room 2.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Salceda. Okay. On the insurance, did you have insurance at the time?
Well, let me explain, and that'll give reasoning for both tickets.
Okay, well, let's start. Well, then let's start with the unregistered motor vehicle. Go ahead.
Okay, the vehicle was originally my father's vehicle,
Okay.
and the transmission broke on it. So my dad just let the truck sit for a really long time. And I do HVAC work and I needed a truck. So I told my dad, I said, let me fix it and I'll just buy it from you. And he said, okay. So I repaired the transmission, got it fixed. I literally got it fixed the day before I got the ticket. The next day, I acquired insurance on it. So I did have insurance, but I guess it wasn't uploaded to the system where, where the police can look it up manually, because I didn't get a card. I didn't get a card yet because I had literally made a phone call to add that truck to my insurance.
That phone call was made prior to the traffic ticket?
Yes,
or
ma'am. It was in the morning. That morning I made the phone call to get insurance for the truck so I
Okay.
could drive it for the day. And then, it was going to be my primary work vehicle.
Okay.
So I did have insurance on it. I just had no card. And
Can you provide any proof from your insurance agent to verify that it was covered?
I'd have to call and then get
We'd have to
records.
Right. We would need a letter from them indicating the date. Okay, so you're looking at May 10th of 2018. Okay.
Just writing that down.
May 10th or May 12th?
Let's see here. Yeah, May 10th of 2018. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. May 10th of 2018.
Right. So if you can get a letter from them that, verifies that you were covered on that date, then we can close out that case. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But if for any reason the coverage kicked in afterwards or wasn't in effect at the time, then there are some fees that are due and owing on that case. All right.
Correct.
Okay. So option one, if you were covered, it's a dismissal. Option two, if you were not covered, do you have insurance now currently that's valid?
I don't have that particular vehicle anymore, but I do have
current insurance. Okay. All right. So if for some reason it wasn't valid then, but you have valid insurance now, we can place you on a deferral. There is a fee for that. So we can discuss that if that's the case. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But let's see if you can get a letter from your insurance company, because it'll have to come from them, verifying that you were covered. Okay.
Okay. Do I have to get it emailed to me, then forward it to y'all, or from them straight to you?
I would probably get it sent to you first, because there's been some issues lately with them wanting to verify for the court, because we're not the insured, you are. So they would rather you ask for the information. So if you could ask them to send it to you first and then send it to us.
Okay.
Okay. So just send it at that almostparkcourt@gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give you 30 days to get that done. Okay. Now the registration, that the car was not the truck, you had just repaired it and you were trying to go get it registered, or that was the next steps?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I repaired the transmission. The next day when I got it on the road, I got insurance coverage. And then my next goal was to get the sticker. And then, I'm sorry, I had to get the
inspection.
I had to get the title switch from my dad to myself so I could get the stickers for it.
Okay. All right. So because of the age of the ticket, you don't qualify for any of the compliance dismissals anymore. I understand the situation. I can work with you on the fine. You're looking at a fine right now of $292.50. I can reduce that somewhat for you. It's still a little more expensive because of the age of the ticket. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. I can reduce it to 240, 250, 250. And I can give you 30 days to pay that. That just closes that out. Okay.
I'm sorry. All I heard was that closes it out.
Okay, sure. So the fine, I can reduce it to $252.50 and give you 30 days to pay. Okay.
Okay.
And that closes the case out. It's a non-moving violation. So even though it is reported as a conviction, it's non-moving.
Okay.
Okay. And this would lift the warrants that are currently pending on those two cases. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And then you said that if I find the coverage, it's going to get dismissed. If I cannot find coverage, but I do have current coverage, what would be the fine at that point?
Right, so let's see. Again, the fines are a little bit different because of the age of the ticket. Right now, the fee is set at $474.50.
Wow.
Yes, excuse me. I can probably reduce that for you to $374.50. I'll make a note of that. I can reduce it by $100 if you're unable to find coverage for that time, okay? If that's
Okay.
the case, it would be $374.50. You would be on a deferral or a probation for 6 months, where you would have to maintain insurance, and then upon the 6-month completion, present proof to the court that you maintained it, okay?
Okay, and then once I submit everything to the email address, how long will it take before I get another date, or will they already have it in the system where they can just take care of it?
All right, so we're gonna reset you 30 days, right, as from today. So for my next docket, okay, and that's gonna be in May.
Okay.
So within that time period, I need you to, before the 30 days are up, pay the $250 for the registration, and try to get that copy of that insurance coverage verification from your company. Okay.
Okay.
If you're unable to do that, then I'll see you back in 30 days and we can talk about a payment plan for the insurance ticket. Okay.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, just to get this over with, I know you said it's 252 for the one and 374 for the other.
That's if you didn't have coverage.
Yes, I know I did, but just out of curiosity, is there anything you could do, like best price, I guess you would say, if I just went down there and paid everything, like cash or with my card?
Well, I mean, if you just pay them out, they will both be convictions on your record.
Oh, okay.
You want to try to avoid, if at all possible, having insurance convictions on your record.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to do that.
So.
Okay.
But if we place you on a deferral, then it keeps that off your driving record, so it doesn't affect the point system.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So see if you can find that coverage. Hopefully your insurance company can provide that proof, and then you won't be that one you won't owe on anything on. Okay.
Okay, and then the 30 days, am I gonna get a court date right now, or they'll email me?
They're going to email you a court date.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Any questions between now and then? Feel free to reach out to the court. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day now.
You too.
Thank you. Mr. Dixon.
I got an agreement on Michelle Rodriguez, Judge.
Okay.
So she has her Texas driver's license now.
Okay.
So she's got a statutory right on the speeding. She's going to do the defensive driving and bring the 144 in by next week.
Okay.
On the no driver's license, it's a no contest plea. Fine of $281.
Okay.
180 days deferred disposition with proof of that license, which she's going to have to bring in anyway. $40 down next week. She'll need a payment plan. I'm going to ask for restitution, if any. She did have insurance. I don't know how all that's going, or if the city will request that, but I'm just going to say that restitution, if any, and then dismiss the reckless driving case. And as I understand it, she ran over a fire hydrant, and there was no water that blasted out. It was night. It was daytime. She was not she didn't go to jail for DWI or anything like that. So that was on the traffic stop is what it amounted to.
Okay.
As I understand it.
Okay. The reckless driving, is that conditioned upon compliance with the others?
Yes, Judge, it is.
Okay. All right, Miss Rodriguez. Okay.
Yes, Judge, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Okay. So you discussed the cases with the prosecutor, correct?
Mhm.
All right, and you'd like to change your plea from not guilty?
Correct.
Okay. So you want to change your plea to no contest?
well, it would still be not guilty, but I'm just trying to keep this off my record.
Okay. If it's a plea of not guilty, then it is a trial setting, okay? If it's a plea of no contest, which means you're not contesting the charges, then we can move forward with the plea offer that the prosecutor just discussed.
Oh, okay, then yes, sorry.
So no contest on the speeding charge,
Correct,
no contest on the no driver's license charge,
correct,
and no contest on the reckless driving charge.
correct.
Okay. All right, just needed to clear that up. All right, so he has indicated that the plea offer is the driving safety course, which you'll need to make that payment by next Friday. Okay, you'll have 90 days to complete the course. Then
Okay.
you already have your driver's license. There's a fine of $281 and 180 days deferral period, okay? So we'll need you to submit a copy of the driver's license, okay?
Okay,
You'll also have to make the $40 initial payment, and then we'll place you on a payment plan for the balance.
okay,
Okay, you must comply with those terms. Prosecutor is requesting restitution to be paid to the city, assuming those wheels get put into motion. Okay, there's some claims that must be submitted, so that can be taken care of. Okay, and you were insured at the time, correct?
correct.
Okay. All right. All right, so all those conditions, the driving safety course, the driver's license, restitution, and then compliance with the terms of the deferral. If that's all satisfied, then the last charge of reckless driving will be dismissed upon compliance, okay?
Okay,
And you're in agreement with that?
correct.
All right. I will also need you to submit a copy of your, along with the insurance. Well, you'll need a copy of your driver's license and the insurance for the defensive driving, okay?
Okay,
All right, so make sure you stop by the court by next Friday to take care of all that and drop those copies off, okay?
I have a question, Judge. So do I, because I still have the copy of when I had the insurance for that vehicle, the day that I got the ticket, but then I also don't, that car's no longer working. So whenever I took my driver's test, I did use my spouse's like car. I'm not under the insurance on his, but it is full coverage. Would it still bring in that in, or would it have to be on that insurance?
Okay, so we need the two things. We need the copy of the insurance for the time of the stop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so a copy of that one.
Okay.
And then you need to either be added to his policy or get coverage of your own so that you qualify for the driving safety course.
Okay,
Okay, so your name has to be listed on a valid policy that's in effect right now.
okay,
Okay, but we will need the old copy as well as part of the restitution issue. Okay,
okay.
all right, any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, just make sure you submit all that information by the 22nd, okay?
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll call the docket again. This is a 10 a.m. docket on April 14th, 2022, City of Olmos Park, Municipal Court. Daniel Brown. Sarah Elizabeth Cortez. Let's see, Germán Cervantes Padrón. Gerardo de la Rosa. James Joseph Fisher. Christopher Garcia. Ángel González. Freddy González. Richard González Jr. Xochitl E. Hernández. Romulo Martínez. Diego Alexis Ramirez. And Rebecca Renteria. Okay, that concludes the 10 o'clock docket, and we are in recess until 11:15 this morning.
See you then.
that correct? 11:15.